Arizonians, if you have to pay state income tax to Arizona, wouldn't it make the process much more fun if you could direct where some of your tax dollars can go, especially if you're giving to a charitable organization? Hi, welcome back to my channel. Arizonians, if you have to pay state income tax to Arizona, wouldn't it make the process much more fun if you could direct where some of your tax dollars can go, especially if you're giving to a charitable organization? So today I've got Jen Hildebrand. She is the board president for the Hope Mental Health Foundation. She's well known in Queen Creek, Arizona for doing the Ruck for Freedom, which benefits first responders and veterans' mental health. And so she's very passionate, obviously, about the charitable tax credit here in Arizona. So Jen, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me. I think passionate is it's a good word. I'm like maybe a little loud about it. So
I think it might be an understatement.
Thanks for letting me talk about it today. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So why don't you just go ahead and tell us a little bit about the program?
Okay. So in Arizona, we are really fortunate that there is a program. As far as Hope, we are what is called a QCO, so a qualified charitable organization. That means that we've gone through the necessary paperwork with the state of Arizona and been qualified for tax dollars to be redirected to us. So anyone in the state of Arizona that is going to pay Arizona state taxes can redirect some of that money, it has a limit, to a qualified charitable organization for a dollar for dollar credit. So what you would pay to Arizona state taxes, you can pay to a charity instead, and that money is completely deducted at a dollar for dollar.
Nice. Yeah. So seems like such a great program. I did a little research before I planned this interview, and I learned that only about 11 states have a program that allows for state taxpayers to contribute to a program like this.
Which is amazing.
But do you have an idea of what percentage of Arizonians take advantage of this program?
Very few. It's in like the 5 to 7% range. And I was also telling you this morning that my husband, admittedly, both of us, I'm an Arizona resident. We've been married for 29 years. And the first year that we donated to a QCO was when Hope became a qualified charitable organization 2 years ago. And so we took the time to understand it. I dove into what this program is and how it works. And my husband was like, okay, I get it. And I think, man, all those wasted dollars, if we would have taken the time to learn and redirect those tax funds to these charities that are out there doing the hard work, and this money is huge for them.
Yeah, so I mean, ask yourself out there if you would rather give the money directly to a charitable organization or to the government.
Or to the politicians.
Exactly. Very good question to ask. So I just want to do a little sidebar here to say that Arizona has a couple of different programs that you can use your state tax liability towards, and one is the QCOs.
Yep.
Another is a qualifying foster care.
So QFCO.
QFCO. And then we also have programs that benefit public and private schools.
And I think that is one misconception that people think. If I have your phone number, I have texted you or will be texting you my little spiel on the QCO programs, and everybody say, I already donated to my school. That is the beauty of this program. You can donate to all 4 categories. So think of that, your tax liability. If you're paying that much in Arizona state taxes, you're able to redirect that to a public school, a private school, a charity, and a foster. And that is a lot of money. I think if really every state Arizona taxpayer redirected that money, that would be a lot of money flowing through these programs that are really giving back directly to your community.
For sure. I know as an Arizona resident for, close to 20 years now, I've heard about this program and I have donated to this program for many years. And I think I first heard about it through schools. So my burning question to you and maybe for the people watching is, how can someone who's interested in this program learn what organizations they can donate to and receive an Arizona state tax credit up to their liability. So we'll talk about the amounts in a moment.
Okay. And one thing I want to say real quick is all of the charities that are part of this program, they've been through a process with the state. It's almost doing a little bit of vetting for you. So it's a safe place to put your money. I think not all charities are created equal, and these ones are doing the work. So that's the first thing. They are all trustworthy. You can put your money there and know that it's going back to a good place. I say with anything, if you don't know where to start Googling. Google Arizona qualified charitable organizations, and you'll get the website that comes out from the Arizona state government. It will take you to the link, and it will list all of those who are qualified within the state of Arizona per year. Some years those change based on if people are added or if they drop off, but it will give you an entire list, and then it gives you a code, and that code is the number that you enter on your taxes to receive that dollar for dollar credit.
Nice. And I'll mention one of my favorite sites, which is aztaxcreditfunds.com. And the reason that I like this site is that you can donate to all 4 categories on the same site. And you just choose from a drop-down box of what organization you want to donate to. So since we're speaking about donations, let's drill down to the specifics on how much money the state of Arizona allows each person or married couple to donate.
So for my category, which is the QCO Qualified Charitable Organization, for 2024, and the beauty of it is if you haven't contributed yet, you can contribute up until April 15th. So as you're filing your taxes right now, if you have not donated for 2024, I beg of you to please take a minute and take the time to look into this. For us, it's single filing is $470, joint filing is $938, and that's the maximum dollar per dollar credit. Then there's the QFCO credit, the public school, and the private. Those amounts I don't have memorized.
Okay. So we know from Jen that if you're filing single, $470 to a QCO.
Yep.
And if you're married filing jointly, it's $938. For a qualifying foster care organization, it's $587 if you're filing single and $1,173 if you're filing as a married couple. So my question to you is, does someone have to choose either or can they donate to both?
No, you can donate to both categories. That's what the beauty of it is. I'm like, all of us can have our heartstrings tugged if we think about foster kids and what they endure and what they go through. Your tax dollars can have a direct impact on those, and you can find them on the website. It will give you a list of foster care organizations that are qualified that you can redirect that money to. And I'm like, it's your way of helping with money you're already paying.
Okay, obviously, with anything to do with taxes, you want to consult your tax professional.
Yes.
But as just in these 2 categories, the QCO and QFCO, if you're filing singly and you have an Arizona tax liability of over $1,000, you can donate the full amount, $1,057 to a QCO and a QFCO combined. And then if you're married filing jointly, if you donate the max to both, it's $2,111. So you know what your tax liability is to the state of Arizona. If you have that much liability, you can actually donate the max to both categories.
And your CPA accountant, they understand these rules. They know what it is. They're not going to call you because it's one extra step on taxes. But if you call them and say, hey, I would like to donate, they'll tell you what to do, how to process it, how much tax. They know the answers to these questions. Everybody's taxes are different. If you owe, and that is the key, you have to owe the state of Arizona. You have to have paid taxes to the state of Arizona to have that dollar for dollar. This doesn't work if the state is reimbursing you or if you don't owe anything to the state, you can't pay to these and then get a credit. You have to owe state taxes for this to work for you. And again, call your accountant, call your CPA and ask them so that they can guide you in the right direction.
Right. And so I do want to reiterate, because I know this from personal experience, and obviously, again, consult your tax or your tax professional. But if you're a W-2 employee and you've already paid 2024 state income tax from your paycheck, you can still donate.
Yes.
Within your tax liability to the state. You would just qualify for a refund for the state of Arizona. We are filming this in mid-February of 2025. And so we have until April 15th of this year to donate to these organizations and still be able to take a tax credit on our 2024 taxes.
And really, it's go time right now. Everybody's filing their taxes. Everybody's working. I know that my friends are, they opened where you can start filing taxes. It's tax season right now. Every accountant and CPA I know is stressed out of their minds. This is the time to follow through with this and to make that commitment that you're going to learn about it, that you're going to figure it out, see if it works right for you, and to follow those steps to make those contributions if you can.
Yes, let's make that change and up the percentage of Arizonians that take advantage of this program in Arizona, up from 5 to 7% to double digits at least.
Well, I was telling Brenda earlier, I always have big hopes that every single person that's paying Arizona state taxes contributes to a qualified charity, to the foster system, to public and private school. Think of the amount of funding that then is funneling our way. And I also think that you've got to find what tugs at your heart. Like when you go to the Arizona department where it lists all of those, are you a lover of pets? Are you someone that wants to help in the veteran community? There is something for everyone. Breast cancer, there's different charities within there. There's all different kinds. There's homeless ones. There is all the different charities listed that are serving the community. You can go in and directly pick where you want your money to go. And I'm like, that's power. That's giving back. That's doing something. It's minimal amounts of time for a huge impact within your community. Call your tax accountant, call your CPA, look it up on the internet, figure it out, and make that commitment and follow through.
So in your experience, both as a personal contributor, but also the head of a QCO, how easy is it for people to participate in a program like this?
I mean, it's pretty easy when we have the internet and everything is right, it's right there for us. With Hope, we have it even so easy that you text QCO to 41444. The link will pop up. It will give you the ability to donate. It will immediately send you the tax receipt. It has our code that goes into your taxes. You just give that right to your CPA or your accountant, or if you're filing yourself, I know there's a little line that you enter that number into. We have made it as easy as possible. I know that other charitable organizations have too. I know your schools are sending you. All of us in the charity nonprofit world that are in the trenches trying to serve our community you're getting reminder after reminder from so many different, we're begging everyone to please take the time to redirect those tax dollars our way so that we can then turn around and do something with them in the community.
Right, and if we have to pay state income tax, might as well make it rewarding and direct where it goes to something that we're passionate about. Yeah. So speaking about being passionate about organizations, do you have your favorite QCOs or QFCOs?
I have those saved on my phone. Like I said, if you're in my Rolodex, I'm texting you, but Hope, we pay for therapy for people that can't afford it. So that demographic of people that are really trying to get care with maybe a therapist that doesn't accept insurance. So if you are passionate about that, then we're a great place to give it. Again, QCO to 41444. I also, House of Refuge, Impact One Breast Cancer Foundation, 100 Club of Arizona, that's your first responders, Arizona Burn Foundation, Ryan's House, that one's one of my favorites. It's for people with severely disabled kids. They come in and help watch them and give the families a break. Sunshine Acres, Phoenix Children's Hospital, Soldier's Best Friend. They take pets from rescue and they train them and give them to soldiers. Those are all really good places to redirect your money. And there is a really long list of different QCOs that you can pick one. Find one that feels good to you, make that contribution, and know that you did something to help your community.
Nice. All right. So you and I have worked together before. Mm-hmm. I'm in the Rotary Club of Queen Creek, and we've donated money to the Mental Health Foundation because it's totally along the lines of what we believe in as the Rotary Club. But I would love to hear from you your success story of how funds that are donated in the Arizona tax credit program, like how you've seen it benefit the community.
So the impact that we're having, and we've been awarding sponsorships at this point since 2020. And so we're starting to finally get those success stories back in. But I feel like some of the ones that instantly come to mind are youth. We have youth that had severe anxiety, that were struggling to go to school, who have been able to see a therapist that specialized in exactly what they needed. We have one girl off the top of my head that was struggling with suicidal ideation and had a plan, and her parents were sleeping in front of the door, and she is thriving. She is a senior at a school in Queen Creek and is doing so good. And that was a direct impact of tax dollars. You have that $938 puts one person in therapy within our organization. And like, that's one life that's changed, that has resources. How many people are struggling with grief, we've had some that have been in horrific car accidents that we've been able to help them get into counseling immediately after, so that they're not processing that grief on their own. Those dollars, to me, make a huge difference, because I get to see on my side the one life, the other life, the next life that's changed, because they're able to sit with someone who understands them and listens to them and is giving them tools to go back out and to thrive in life.
That's awesome. So the $938 that Jen mentioned is the donation, the max donation that a married couple filing jointly could give, and that would pay for therapy.
It's one person. I get to start. Yep.
So why not get on the system and do that donation and direct your Arizona tax liability?
It really is so important. And I think that is where we get lost. It's why it's at 5 or 7%. It's why a lot of people don't text me back. And it's because it's easy to just think, it's not that big of a deal, but it really is that big of a deal. It is dollars that, if you're already paying Arizona state taxes, that you're then directing to those of us who are trying to make a difference. Fundraising is hard. And in the economy and all of the different things that have been changing, it has been a rough couple years. And this is a way to really help these charities out, to make sure that they're able to continue doing what they're passionate about and making a difference in the community, because a better community is better for everybody.
Oh, agreed so much. So thank you so much for your insight.
Thanks for having me.
Always a joy to have you on here. And on this channel, we really strive to give you insight in Arizona living. And this is certainly a part of it with the Arizona tax credit program. And then, of course, Arizona real estate. So if you want to continue receiving this type of content, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we'll make sure that you get more. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll have the details that we mentioned in our show notes. Thank you. I'll see you next time.
Thank you.